And Bob, tell us something about level one, the rhythm, the rhythmic approach to the vocal improvisation.
Yeah, when I started teaching at Berkeley many years ago, I found that singers would come in and were very frightened of notes. They were very afraid of singing the right note and the wrong note. And it took me a while to realize that if I started with just rhythm, all of a sudden everyone was more relaxed, they felt more safe, because they didn't have to worry about right and wrong. And I think this is one of the biggest things that gets in the way of scat singing and improvisation is this note good or is it bad? But if you're doing rhythm, all you have to worry about is it in time and is it even. So by working with just syllables and accents and articulations, pretty much that you would do as a drummer, my students now learn how to articulate pretty much like the way you would learn a language. You learn the pronunciation, how you say the certain vowels, the accent. Every language has an accent. And they feel much freer when we trade and we do things call response. So much easier to do zagats to go that's to go de the liba do gats to go lida. Everyone, no one's afraid to do this. But as soon as I go, it's like, uh-oh, now you have to think about notes, and it's much more difficult. So I decided to start completely rhythm, just rhythms only, no pitch, and that's why I decided for level one, we would just learn how to pronounce the syllables and the accents, and what I call articulation and learning the language of scat without worrying about notes.
I'm sure it's useful also for all instruments, this course.
Totally. In fact, my improvisation course at Berkeley, I have many instrumentalists come in, piano players, trombone, saxophone, trumpet, everybody comes in. Interestingly, they're very good melodic. They're not afraid of melodic because they play these instruments. They're more afraid of the singing part, because they don't have any vocal skills. So it's a nice balance, the classes that I have. But learning rhythmically, I think, is the very first step. And it works really well because once you feel comfortable saying or speaking, articulating, then you add the notes. That's a lot more difficult, and that's what I'm going to be doing in level 3, I think, in one of the higher levels, is applying what we did in level 1 and 2 and adding pitches to it and learning the right chord scales, guide tones, and all the harmonic considerations that go along with it. And that's a lot more difficult and more challenging, and many people are very, very nervous about that. So it's much easier to go step by step, rhythm, and then melody, and then harmony. And by the end of my course, everyone should be able to do this, no problem.